everybody. This is Jeff Veale, the business guru, coming to you late at night from downtown Manila. And I've got an awesome guest today on 15 Minutes of Fame. And if you want your 15 minutes of fame, guys, reach out. Think about it. TV commercial sets you back about $30,000. And guess what? While the commercial's on, they go to the loo, they make a sandwich, they go and get a beer. They probably miss it. 10 radio spots in your city are going to set you back $3,000 to $5,000. They may play them at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning while you're asleep. So, guys, reach out. Come and have your 15 minutes of fame. We'll put you across all the social media platforms, just like this wonderful guest we have today, Jeff Veale. And he is a founder. He's got a very interesting product, guys. You're going to love this. He's a founder and CEO. Business company name is 𝐷𝐿𝐻𝐭𝐬 Webinars. And he's only done it for a short time. He's only been in the industry for a mere 25 years. Imagine what he's learned in that time, guys, how much technology's changed. Those engaging webinars helps professionals transform their virtual presentations into a hear that word, guys, high converting interactive experience. And high converting is the key to it all, guys. Otherwise, why would you do them, right? And through the Engaging Webinars Mastery Program, we provide cutting edge tools, proven frameworks, and personalized coaching. So you don't just, it's not plug and play, guys. Jeff will take you through and teach you how to use it from start to finish, right? He won't just leave you, with a bill in your hand. And personalized coaching to boost engagement, enhance communication, and drive measurable results. Key achievements or projects, developing and engaging webinars mastery program, empowering professionals to boost audiences, engagement, increase sales, etc. Successfully train coaches, presenters, and sales trainers to transform their virtual presentations into technology tools, guys. If you're not using the tools, guys, you're being left behind. Created a structured methodology to transition from individual coaching to scalable group coaching, guys. Why speak one-on-one when you can speak to hundreds? We spoke about that earlier, Jeff and I, about a lady who's got 500 people on a webinar, guys, and signing up 390 of them rather than one-on-one. Big difference. Personal motto, empower, engage, transform. Isn't that important? Interesting fact about himself, he's a former accountant. I love entrepreneurial accountants. A former accountant who is now on a mission to transform ordinary presentations into engaging, high converting experiences. And we'll be dropping all of Jeff's details in the chat, guys, everywhere. We're putting across all the social media channels for you to reach out and engage with him. He's always up for a chat, a cup of tea where he is, or a cup of coffee, nighttime, a glass of beer, whatever, virtual online. So it's my great pleasure to introduce Jeff to the stage. How are you, Jeff?
I'm doing great, Jeff. Nice always to meet another Jeff.
That's the one. They tell us we're all champions. Tell us about your journey and what inspired you to pursue your current career path. You've been doing it for a while.
Yeah, Jeff. So as you mentioned, I was an accountant in my former life, as I like to phrase it. And I had a great friend of mine that David, who I still speak with, was at a company of data processing back then, before we had all the SaaS stuff. He said, "Hey, Jeff, come join our company, and because we need some tech support,
yes,
and go out on some sales calls with our sales team and help sell our products."
Mm-hmm.
And here I am, an accountant, and typically, accountants are shy, introverted people, and we don't typically talk to people. And I said to David, "I don't know, it's not me." So he says, "Come in for the interview and see where it goes." So I went in for the interview. I got the job. And my wife just said to me, "Are you sure you're going to do this? You hardly ever talk to anyone. You barely spoke to me when you first met me."
Right.
But so Jeff, I had my first couple of years doing that. There was a whole new Jeff being born. A whole new personality came out. I loved it, and I quickly learned that while I was doing 90% of the talking, the sales rep was making all the money. So I decided to go into sales, and quickly moved up the ladder, and VP of sales, and and presentations were just really things that I started doing because we had to do that as part of sales. And so I was training on sales teams. I did presentations, and spoke in front of hundreds, if not thousands, of people at times. And then when COVID hit, obviously we all went to this virtual world.
Yes.
And face-to-face stopped, and then we all got to Zoom. And that's obviously how you and I are communicating.
Yep.
But no one ever really took Zoom or any of these other meeting programs to another level. Mm-hmm. And 99% of webinars these days are all the same.
Yes.
Forget the product, forget the person, right? Hi, I'm Jeff. Can you hear me? Raise your hand, right? And then the famous, where
Death
you
by
calling in
PowerPoint.
from? Yeah, and then death by PowerPoint. And then the presenter becomes what I call a Hollywood square. They just join everyone else.
Yeah, that's it.
I thought there had to be another way.
Mhm.
So we created engaging webinars. And if you want, we can get into that now, or you can ask me some questions about our program.
Yep.
But we now have taken engagement to a different level doing presentations. An engaged audience will convert at a much higher rate than a non-engaged one. It's just
Make sure you take note of this, guys. I mean, this is a wonderful opportunity. This is cutting edge stuff. A wonderful opportunity. Reach out and ask Jeff for a demo. I'm sure he's got a demo in the background somewhere. Reach out, ask him for a demo. Have a chat to him. He's always up for a chat, and he'll be there to help you. Tell me, what's been the most challenging aspect of your work, and how have you overcome that?
So the most challenging aspect of the work was creating the vision. So we had to create an app that we've created. And anytime you create a new program or a new app, getting it debugged, getting it ready to market, fighting through all that is always the biggest challenge. But now we're there, and now we have enhancement plans for new things coming out. So we have a great program today that people are loving. And an example of this, just real quick, is a lot of people put questions into chat. And then the presenter goes, "Oh, I see a question in chat."
If he's got
with
time.
our program,
yep.
And then people start looking for the question. Well, which one was he referring to?
Yeah, correct.
And then, so with us, our program, I can actually click on that question, and I bring it right on the screen.
Lovely.
And we're bringing visual, making things more visual to the audience, as opposed to them going find it, or they not stop paying attention once you said, "Hey, there's a question in chat." So by bringing things more visual, it just keeps that audience engaged.
Yeah, they miss the chat a lot because they're too busy engaging on their bloody PowerPoint presentation, and they haven't got time to be flicking over here and there and there. They either need an assistant or they need a program like yours, right?
Thank you, sir.
So you tell us about an important moment in your career that changed your direction. I guess that's when you were an accountant and they knocked on your door.
Well, that was my first career change. I think we all go through several career changes in life. I mean, yes, my accountant to becoming a sales tech person was one. When COVID hit, it was a question of what I want to be when I grow back up again, because I was no longer in the corporate world. So that's when I started my entrepreneurial spirit. So I went from business coaching to, just trying to help other people. And then I realized, my forte in life is presentations. And that's got me onto the development world of creating what we did with our engaging webinars.
Yeah, and as you can see, Jeff hasn't got a job. He's like me. He's got a passion. When you've got a passion, guys, it just shows, and it just basically help people, and the money will take care of itself, guys. Give value, and it'll come. The karma, it's got a way of coming back. In your opinion, what are the key qualities or skills that have helped contribute to your success?
The skill set is really, you have to try things.
Yeah.
Break out of your box. At the end of the day, I broke out of my box, as I said earlier, from an accountant into someone that now goes on stage and does that, presentations in front of thousands of people. Back in my early career, I would never do that early. So it's, one of the things I used to talk to my salespeople about is, what do we sell? And honestly, at the end of the day, we're not selling a product. We're not selling a return on investment. We're not selling any of that. To me, it's one word. And that one word is change. If you don't sell or describe to somebody why they need something different than what they're doing today, they won't change. People love it. I've been doing this, Jeff, for the past 20 years. It's working for me, right?
Yeah, like Skype. Right? A good example, guys. Who's on Skype still?
So you got to be able to understand where they are today and why they need to change to your program, because this is going to provide them better benefits, more money, higher conversions, so forth and so on.
The higher conversions, it's a no-brainer. You can tell that straight away. Tell me, how do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your field, Jeff?
Oh, I just love what I do. Honestly, I just love demonstrating my product. I love talking about my product, and there's always suggestions from our client base to, hey, can you do this or can you add this? I mean, we have animation that shows up. We have an elephant in the room that comes out of the TV box. I got money coming down. I mean, if you're not engaging your audience,
I love that.
and then
I can imagine
you're throwing money down the drain.
Yeah, I can imagine we have the animation blowing his trumpet. You know,
exactly. Yeah, any of things like that we could do.
Yeah. Sure. Well, funny enough, you say that. I can't help myself. I got to show you this, right? I'm going to show you this one to people. I say, you ready? Let me help you drum up some business. You know.
Thank you, sir. Awesome.
Yeah, you got to be different. You know, everybody else does that nonsense. I just do that one for fun. I've got another one here. You ready? You ready? Visualize one. The mass marketer. Let me tell you my secrets. I can't show you my face, but you know, I'll share my secrets with you.
So imagine you could do that just by pushing a button and the mask comes on your face.
Yeah, that would be cool. There you go. Give me another idea, haven't I?
Exactly. And the money, I throw money down the drain. We have an animation that the money coming down from the sky, going into the drain. You hear the water.
What a waste.
So, yeah.
Yeah. No, I love it. What you're doing is wonderful. Tell us about a recent project or achievement you're particularly proud of.
You know, just when I work with coaches or, entrepreneurs or even companies, and I'm working with a fitness coach right now, and he does kettlebell training and nutrition.
Yeah.
And, I hadn't really worked in the fitness industry with somebody, and it just really continues to be awesome to learn and experience new things and driving people to the webinar and creating a virtual presentation on how to get fit. And it just continues to, gets me.
And it's so darn important, especially for you and I being older guys. It's so important to know these things, and take notice, because guys, when they say health is wealth, they actually mean it. I've just broken my shoulder, like I said. I know all about it, right?
Yeah.
So tell us, what advice would you give someone aspiring to follow in your footsteps, a younger version of yourself? What would you tell them?
Dream.
Yeah,
don't give up.
Yeah.
It's if you have something inside of you, you have a vision that you want to do something.
Passion, yeah.
And the passion to do it, do it.
You're not coming back.
Exactly. We have one life that we're all aware of. We don't think that there's something else afterwards.
Yeah.
And it's if you're passionate about something, you believe in something, make it happen at the end of the day.
Yeah. I tell people that they say they're gonna be coming back because it's something after life. I say, tell you what, leave all your money with me, and I'll put it in writing. I'll double it when you get back.
You're a very generous man, Jeff. I appreciate that.
Well, I am. And when I go to church, I get the tray, the money. They pass a tray around, right, with all the money, and I go out the front of a church and I say, "This is for you, God." I throw it up in the air, and what comes back is mine. That's another one of my funny. I'm a funny man. I told you. Tell me, looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future? Obviously, you're going to keep innovating and keep improving this product, yeah.
Definitely, that's the goal. Continue to grow it, make it it's becoming a global product, but it's like everything else in life. It's getting the word out there that there's other better ways to do virtual presentations. That's what my mission is really at this point, to continue to spread the word and get more people aware of the newer technologies that we've developed.
Yeah, very interesting. I'm going to put you in touch with a friend of mine from America, Daniel. He's got an unusual last name. I think it's Denmark or something like that. And he does virtual rooms and things. And it could be something for you. You guys are both nerds in that area. It'd be good to have a chat to him. He'll show you around his virtual rooms and his virtual talking avatars and things like that.
Sounds awesome.
He's got some cool stuff. So I'll put you two guys in touch with each other. No problem.
Awesome.
Tell me, what's the best way for our people watching this and listening? What's the best way to reach out and find out more about your fabulous product?
Well, the one way they can reach out is to just go to engagingwebinars.com. And there's actually a free guide that we have out there on how everyone can improve their webinar mastery presentation time. So
that's nice.
Feel free to download that. That's free for everyone.
I'll put it in our group actually to help you.
Yep. Or if they'd like to just have a call and just talk about your webinars, I'm always interested in learning and seeing what people are doing. And you can go to speakwithjeff.com.
Nice.
And that will take you to my calendar link. So again, the two ways, engagingwebinars.com and go to speakwithjeff.com.
Love it. Love it. You've done it well. Before we wrap it up, you've told us most of the fun facts. The fun fact about being an accountant, that's a fun fact. Tell us another fun fact that most people don't know about you.
Oh, gee.
You're a yo-yo champion?
Excuse me?
You're a yo-yo champion?
No, I mean, I played baseball through high school. I had my dream to continue, but I rather, instead of going to practice, I'd rather been out with my friends. And I kind of look back on that day and go, I may not have been a good choice. Should have continued my career.
That's how it is, isn't it? All right. You've been an awesome guest. Thank you very much for being on the show. Much appreciated.
Hey, my pleasure. Thanks for having me, Jeff. I look forward to working with you and joining your groups and your followers.